All right, folks, welcome back to another edition of Against the Ropes. We are this week in Philadelphia, the classic Johan Gym. Rich Quiñones here with the reigning WBF Intercontinental Heavyweight Champ, Amir Hardcore Mansour. It's always good to catch up with you, my friend, and you put some good work in today. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, man, just trying to get back in, real good shape and then, exceed any type of condition I've been in, in prior fights,
Talk a little bit about the workout today. We saw you do a little mitt work. We saw you work the bag a little bit, get your cardio. Is that something that you ultimately want to work on a little more when we talk about those championship rounds, 10 or 12 round fights?
A lot of drills, a lot of drills, a lot of exercises that's going to just get you winded real quick. And then keep you winded and just keep you level, at a high heart rate, have your heart rate way up, have you winded, and have you keep pushing, throughout the course of that workout, It's a lot of drills and stuff right now.
Boxing is a funny sport, and not to reopen the wound, but we go back to the Cunningham fight in April, a fight where you said you wanted to put him down, and you did twice. You guys showed a lot of heart. I thought you put heavyweight boxing to some extent back on the map. Obviously, there were some controversial moments in that fight, according to some. You know how I felt. I felt you had an opportunity to put him away. We talked about this on the record, and I thought you let him off the hook. No disrespect to you, no disrespect to him. I think you guys are both great fighters. What did you learn from that fight?
Just to keep my composure, more than anything. A lot of people say, oh, he ran out of gas, he ran out of gas. We threw over 1,000 punches. I threw more punches than him throughout the fight, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody ran out of gas, he ran out of gas, you know what I'm saying? But he obviously didn't run out of gas. He stayed on his fight, and that just was a huge learning experience for me, and it's a process, that, most fighters go through, man.
Would you take a rematch? Would you accept a rematch?
I've been begging, my people to make the rematch happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, what more better heavyweight fight is even on the horizon right now than a rematch between Cunningham and Mansour? I mean, we gave the heavyweight division one of the best, if not the best heavyweight fight, definitely this year so far. I haven't seen any heavyweights, duke it out the way him and I did, you know what I'm saying? I haven't seen any heavyweight fights with that type of punch count, you know what I'm saying? Combined, we threw over 1,000, like 1,100 punches, you know what I'm saying? And, the rematch, man, would just be awesome. Like, it's a no-brainer.
Do you feel that you tried to go for the knockout too early in that fight and did tire yourself? 1,000 punches aside.
Well, the plan was to just take him at a fast pace. The plan was to, as soon as, from the beginning to the end, just pressure him, put pressure on him, put pressure on him, put pressure on him. And we felt like by the 5th or 6th round, we would get him. And we did, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, my hat's off to him from getting up, 2 times, you know what I'm saying? But any fighter with heart and any fighter with the type of experience he has should be able to do what he got up and did, if the ref keeps allowing you to get up and you down for, past 10 seconds.
Sticking with the heavyweight division, we just saw another Philly fighter, Brian Jennings against Perez. Jennings wins that, he earns that title shot, obviously mandatory challenger for Wilder and Stavern as well. So, wait to see when that fight unfolds. But when you look at yourself in the mix in the heavyweight division and you look at some of these guys, and let's be honest, we've talked about this over the years, you don't need to be 25, 30 years old to compete in the heavyweight division. But who would be a guy that you would have on your radar right now that you like to make a fight with?
Either one of them, man, really, you know what I'm saying? Stavern, Wilder, Jennings, Gomez, either one of them, man. I mean, you can't mention top 5 heavyweights in this country right now without mentioning my name. You know what I'm saying? You can't mention right now an exciting heavyweight fight without mentioning my name. And my record speaks for itself. My attitude inside and outside the ring speaks for itself. The shows that I put on inside the ring speaks for itself. If they want that exciting heavyweight division back on the map, you have to include my name.
Amir, what about when you look at guys like Shohreh, Adamek, Povetkin, those guys, some of the other European fighters, some of them to some extent outside the U.S., in the top 10 in the world, top 15 in the world like yourself? I mean, is that something where your camp would actually entertain maybe facilitate, make those phone calls if you would have to go outside the states and fight?
My camp already know I'll go to the end of the world to fight whoever. Everybody know I've been trying to fight Adamek for the past 3-4 years. He doesn't like southpaws. You know what I'm saying? He's a come forward fighter. And any fighter that's a come forward fighter and you get in the ring with me and you don't know how to back up or move to the side or sidestep or anything like that, you're going down. So he doesn't want to fight me. We've been trying to make this fight. We've been really trying to make this Adamek fight, you know what I'm saying? And for years, you know, I've been trying to fight him, man, but he doesn't want to fight me, man. So if he's listening to this, you know what I mean, or any of his fans are listening to this, y'all talk to Adamek and tell him to come see me, man. Like, we can make the fight happen. It's an easy thing to do with him and I. His camp can make it happen. My camp can make it happen. All he got to do is say, yeah.
What's the plan to kind of close out the year then, if it's going to be difficult to try to get a fight or two right now to close out the year, and then potentially, I know you hate to look ahead, but what would the plans be for 2015?
Just whoever, man. Whoever, like, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, they talk about, oh, I'll fight him, oh, he's old, or he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. But these guys know, like Wilder, he talks about, you know, whooping my ass or whatever. But Wilder has enough clout with his camp that if he wanted to fight me, he would fight me. My camp will allow me to fight him. You understand what I'm saying?
But someone might say, what's there to gain if you fight Amir Mansour and you lose? There's nothing.
Well, that's anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but my point is maybe it's a situation where there's more to lose than gain.
Well, if you beat Amir Mansour, you beat one of the top heavyweights in the world. You know what I'm saying? You beat one of the top guys in the world. You beat a real fighter. Wilder hasn't beat no real fighter yet. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't beaten anyone who's of real caliber. Malik Scott, you know.
Wilder's trying to get in another fight before this Stavern fight because Stavern with the injury, so he's probably going to be on a card. I actually think he's going to be on the Sean Porter's card on August 16th, so keep himself busy.
Yeah.
So that's another fight before potentially fighting Stavern and gives an opportunity for other people to see what he can do in the ring.
Well, I heard Stavern's going right at Klitschko. I heard he's fighting Klitschko, so I don't even know if that's even possible for him to fight Stavern. You know what I'm saying?
At this present moment, rankings aside, where do you put yourself among U.S. heavyweights?
At the top, hands down.
What do you need to do to get that fight, to get that title shot? How many more fights do you think?
Convince them that they're not going to die in the ring with me. That it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Sign on the dotted line.
Is it the boxers? Is it trying to get on the HBOs, the Showtime? Is it trying to sell yourself more? Because obviously NBC Sports, they like putting you on those main event cards. It's a good draw. So it seems like, is there anything else there? There's a reason why, okay, Amir Mansour, he's a good fighter, he's a heavy hitter, he's a hard puncher, he'll sell some tickets, but is there a but there?
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I can do, man, is keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And keep saying yes to everybody that... See, one thing about me, I never turned down one fight. I never turned down a fight. I knew that the Price fight wasn't a good fight for me, as tall as he was. You know what I'm saying? I knew that fighting Steve Cunningham in his backyard wasn't a good fight for me, you know? I don't duck nobody. Anybody that they come to me with, and it's a reasonable fight, and the payday is reasonable, you know what I'm saying? And the time, really it boils down to the time that they allot for me to train for the fight. You know, don't call me and ask me if I want to fight somebody next week. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that's a fluke. You know what I'm saying? You know, anybody that calls me with a reasonable time to train for the fight, I'm going to fight him. Tyson Fury needs an opponent. They know they can come see me. They hit me up on Twitter or whatever, talking about fighting Chambers July 26th. I told them, yeah, let's go. They was playing though. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury needs somebody to fight. He could come see me. I'll come over there. I'll go over there. You know? A lot of these guys, they talk about fighting guys like me, but that's all they do. They talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, he could sign his own check. He can fight whoever he wants. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to fight nobody that he don't know if he can beat or not. He's not going to fight a guy like that.
Last one before I let you get out of here. How about a couple weeks ago having the opportunity to be called to fight the 2300 Arena in South Philadelphia, Tuesday night fight with Johan and Doc Nowicki. What were your thoughts about just the environment and having that local card, that local feel back in Philadelphia?
Oh, that was great, man. It's always a great experience to commentate fights, and then that was like reminiscent of, you know, the Blue Horizon and the Tuesday night fights on USA, you know, that they used to have. That gave, you know, Philadelphia a platform to showcase the talent here in the tri-state area, you know. So they're giving these guys another chance, man, to showcase their talent. You know, the local guys, the Delaware Valley guys, tri-state area guys, to showcase their talent. And the beauty of it is also they're bringing in amateurs, and they're giving us a glimpse of the future, you know. And so that's an awesome, you know what I mean, opportunity.
And before we let you get out of here, I know you're a new father and you're a little softy with some of the pictures. So, you know, for people that look at you and think you're a nasty man in the ring, you do have a softer side that we've kind of seen in social media. Any shout outs you want to give to anyone?
I mean, you know, everybody, man, you know what I'm saying? Especially, let me tell you this, the fans in Poland. I think my largest fan base is actually in Poland, believe it or not. And a lot of them want to see me fight Adamek. I do a lot of interviews with Polish, you know, boxing writers, boxing websites over there. I get fan mail from Poland guys, and a lot of them want to see me fight a Polish guy.
And I would be,
Adamek is the guy.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, a lot of the stuff you do with some of the the younger fighters in the gyms in Philly and Delaware. Talk a little bit about that real quick before I let you get out of here.
Well, you know, Philadelphia and the tri-state area period is always going to offer you future championship type talent. It's just always going to be here, you know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of that in Delaware now. A lot of guys are stepping their game up in Delaware, where before it wasn't that many great fighters coming out of Delaware.
Tyron
now,
Davis, Ray Robinson,
you got Omar Douglas, you got Keon, you know, and they got little siblings that's coming up too, man. That's, you know what I mean, focused and ready. So, you know, we got a lot of young talent coming up, man. A lot of good guys.
It's always good catching up with you. We appreciate you joining us against the ropes.
Thanks, man. Thank y'all for having me.